You know, statistics tell us that these decisions that we make can often make or break somebody. 14 days jail, credit one. It's 10 days court work program. $35 a day charge for that, for a total of $350. 3 days of community service. But I gotta tell you, I'm still worried about this one.
That is relatively high on the DOT.
It's not relatively high, it's over the top high. So I'm still questioning whether or not I need to send him to jail. He had a .367.
You're incredibly, Your Honor, on that.
Let your lawyer talk first, and I'll give you all the time you need. I'm just telling you both how I feel. I know that this is just a first or a second offense, but you got some other history going on here. You had a meth conviction, taken under 7411 just last month and a half ago, right?
Yes.
What was the offense date on that?
The date?
The offense date, not the conviction date.
Off the top of my head, I don't think.
Well, I'll check it. Hang on. I mean, I have gotten nothing but you've been showing up for everything. You've done a good job. I'll give you that. But boy, oh boy. And you know, I mean, I promise you, you'd be doing a long time. But it was February 16th was the offense date. And that was after you were charged on this case, but before you had the bond set on this case. On February 26th, the bond was set. So, I mean, you've been doing great, but I got to think about this one. What do you want to say? Is everything in this report accurate? Any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
It is accurate, Judge. I've had a chance to review this report. There is no omissions, corrections, or deletions.
Is there anything you'd like to say on his behalf?
Judge, Mr. Fioretti was accepted into sobriety court. I did have a chance to review the terms of the requirements for the sobriety court. He's assured me that he's more than willing to abide by the rigorous conditions and the requirements in order to successfully complete the program. And Judge, like you said, he's been doing very well, actually, you know, on the current.
I don't like you working in a bar either. That's another concern. At least you were honest about it. Some people aren't. But I really would encourage you to get out of there. I mean, go ahead.
Judge, he is steadily employed. You know, he does have a 2-year-old daughter that lives with him that he does care for, Judge.
Is the mother in the child's life?
Yeah, we have split custody.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting.
And he does, and I believe he's genuinely remorseful, and I think this was a wake-up call for him.
Well, it wasn't too big of a wake-up call if he went out and possessed methamphetamine a couple months after this. That's where I'm going with this.
I think together, Judge, he's reevaluated his priorities at this point.
Since when?
Since having these convictions, Judge. He is currently on probation through the Third Circuit Court. That started on April 17th. He's been in compliance with that. I believe that is the other MDNH. Is that correct? That's for the other charge, the 7411. And then he also has a case out of Monroe First District Judge for a domestic violence, which he will be successfully completing. That will be dismissed, Judge. And I think everything together have brought him to the realization that he's either got to clear up his life, Judge, or he's going to end up dying of alcohol.
Yeah, where's that going to leave the 2-year-old?
That's what he's been contemplating, Judge.
Wow.
That's what's caused him to want to make a very concerted effort, at least, to get himself straight. And that's why he's asking the court to allow him the opportunity to do so. And I think he's begun, but by following his bond conditions, I believe he's making it, a very good effort. He's starting. The only thing that we would ask, Judge, there is a recommendation for inpatient treatment on this case. And if he was to go inpatient treatment, Judge, he would almost surely use his employment. His employer will not wait for him to complete that inpatient program. And he needs that income, Judge, in order to be able to pay off the fines and costs as well as the cost of living for himself and his daughter.
You call Mr. Bologna in when you have 2 from him. Anything you'd like to say?
Yes,
That make it good.
I understand, the first time I sat in front of you and you had commented on my blood alcohol level, that was, it was a real deep hit for me. For someone to be in this profession for this long and to be shocked by the fact that I was that drunk and still operating was definitely a wake-up call for me. I've made empty promises time after time after time to everyone around me about alcohol. I think this is the first time I'm promising this to myself. I've said, I'll do this for my daughter, I'll do this for you. I'm doing this for me. The structure of the sobriety court has been exactly what I need. These AA meetings, I found some that I really enjoy. I, personally reach out to these guys and get some of their numbers, and this is exactly the structure I need. And I do believe I can be successful. No surprises to you in the court.
Is somebody calling Mr. Bologna?
I called him around. He stepped out. They said as soon as he gets in, it's 7 minutes.
24 months probation. You cannot leave the state without consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. You can change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number. You have to notify probation. You have to report as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume anyone. You're to submit to chemical testing, PBTs, and ETGs on demand of the probation department. So they're going to have you test 3 times a week. We're going to start to pay for that now with our grant, so long as you test negative every time and so long as you test every time. I can't have you just complete 60 days on the sober link. I'm going to make it 100 more days on the sober link.
So that'll be 160 in total, Your Honor.
Well, we started February 26th, so yeah, you're going to be on that.
As the hearing continues, the courtroom grows increasingly tense as the judge carefully examines whether the defendant truly deserves another chance outside of jail. While acknowledging the progress he has made in sobriety court, the judge repeatedly warns that recovery is fragile and that working in a bar could easily pull him back toward addiction. The defendant speaks emotionally about wanting to change for his 2-year-old daughter and explains how cooking has helped him stay focused and motivated during recovery. His statements reveal both regret for his past mistakes and determination to build a better future. The judge then lays out strict probation conditions designed to hold him accountable, including regular chemical testing, SoberLink monitoring, mandatory AA meetings, substance abuse treatment, and ongoing supervision for the next 2 years. Financial penalties and payment arrangements are also discussed, adding more pressure to an already life-changing situation. Throughout the exchange, the judge maintains a firm but hopeful tone, making it clear that this is the defendant's final opportunity to prove he can remain sober and avoid incarceration.
For another 4 months.
Okay, Your Honor.
Attend AANA 3 times a week and provide written proof of attendance. Obtain an AANA sponsor. Attend all substance abuse treatment at a facility approved by probation. Attend the Victims Impact Panel. Attend and complete the Armed Specialty Court Week program. Report to status review hearings with me every 2 weeks. As you know, it's either 2 p.m. on a Tuesday or 7:30 on a Wednesday.
Yeah, I think the 7:30 is on Wednesday. Here.
Obtain and maintain employment with proof provided to probation. I still need him. Mr. Bologna, your name?
Anthony Bologna.
Where is Gibraltar sending their prisoners now? Flat Rock?
Good question.
Would you go find out for me?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm gonna find that out.
That would like up to 30 days, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted. What days are you working? I don't like you working at the bar.
If I could add, Your Honor, they're all very aware of my
I
situation.
know, but you're still around that stuff.
I do work in the kitchen. As soon as my shift is over, I'm out the door. There's no loitering. I work my shift, I stay in that kitchen, and I'm immediately out the door as soon as my shift is done.
You know you're playing with fire, right?
I'm taking this more seriously than I've ever taken this in my life.
I mean, I've got good reports. All statistics tell us that these decisions that we make can often make or break somebody. 14 days jail, credit 1. It's 10 days court work program. $35 a day charge for that, for a total of $350. 3 days of community service. Community service due by August 31. Fines $200, costs $200. $75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment. That's 5 1/4. Probation fees are $480 for a total of $1,005. Sobriety court fees are $360 for a total of $1,365. Cost of recovery is $225, bringing your total to $1,590 plus the court work program fees. Unfortunately, that amounts to $1,940. Now they check my fines and costs. I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I don't have a crystal ball. But I'm telling you, you're on your rope with me. Do you understand? I mean, this is it. You screw up one time, you are going away. The only reason I'm not sending you to jail today, if you weren't in sobriety court, you'd be going away for quite a while. I just want you to know that. So that helps. But I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing. I hope I am. This is my gut. This is what I'm doing. I think you're doing well. I don't want to set you back. Just do not disappoint me. Or we're going to really not get along. Do we understand one another?
I understand there will be no surprises for you, Dr.
Well, you sound confident. That makes me feel better, I suppose.
I'm fully confident I can maintain my sobriety and be fully compliant with it.
How much of this money do you have? You need to get out of that bar, though. Why aren't you doing something better with
I
it?
love to cook. I mean, it's my passion.
Well, then cook at a high-end restaurant in Detroit. I'm not putting down anybody, but
No, I was thinking of it. I'd like to get to a place where I'm putting tweezers for food. You know, it's the obsession of me that loves it. But
all right,
they're very understanding of my situation.
I'm sure. You go ahead and you tell me how much you can afford to pay. Right?
Realistically, I think I can do 100 every other week, Your Honor, with some of my other costs and the cost of rent.
I'm gonna, by the way, I'm gonna only make you do 80 days on the Sober Link additional after today, okay? Not 100. That's a little overkill, but I don't feel comfortable yet. You pay $75 bi-weekly and I'll start you June 1. If you need more time, you come talk to me, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can either come in and talk to me after a status review. I'm gonna be really keeping an eye on you. Who are you treating with again?
Like the center?
Yeah,
It's out of the guidance center.
I know who.
Joshua. They
Yeah.
they switched me from the single or the outpatient to the intensive, and that starts on Monday. So we went from the individuals to the intensive.
You better count your lucky stars. Get out of here before I change my mind. Go meet with probation.
Judge, I need to verify the fines and costs again. I've got
Yeah,
2,000.
I'm not doing too good with those today, huh?
I mean, I may be wrong. I might. have
No,
put
you're
something in
probably
wrong.
not. Let me just do it again. Hang on 1 second. It'll take me 1 minute here. Just let me find it. It's $200, 200 in fines, 200 costs. That's 400. 75 and 50 is 5 1/4. Probation fees are 480, so that should be 1,005. And then sobriety court fees are $360 for $1,365. Screening fee is $60 for $1,425. Cost of recovery is $225 for $1,650 plus. Yeah, it should be 2,000, right?
Yes.
See?
I thought you said 19 something, correct? Okay. I just wanted to make-
I did.
Okay.
I did. I missed one of those figures you didn't add in. You're all set.
Thank you.
Good luck. Stay with me now. Stay with me. I still enjoy doing this if I can help somebody. Good luck.
Thank you for your time, Your Honor.
Good luck. Go ahead, Ronnie Lawrence Harris Jr. here. What is he here for? Time to pay. Real quick. Come on up here. Come on, Mr. Harris. Come on up here. Tell me your name and tell me how much time you need. Your name?
Lawrence Harris.
You're 3 days late, but it's okay. Tell me how much time you need.
Maybe a month and a half.
Just to do what? You were supposed to pay it by what? May 4th?
Yes.
Pay by June the 18th. Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
If you don't have the money, what are you gonna do?
Call up to the court and set up a pairing.
You're gonna call them back here on or before that date, or you're gonna call the court on or before that date, and we are going to set up a payment plan. I have to get, okay, you understand?
Oh, yes, sir.
Good luck.
Okay.
Get,
As the hearing draws to an end, the judge delivers a firm final warning that leaves no room for misunderstanding. This is the defendant's last opportunity to prove he can live a sober and stable life. While acknowledging the progress made in sobriety court, the judge emphasizes that one relapse or violation will immediately result in jail time. The defendant listens quietly as the strict probation terms are reinforced, including chemical testing, alcohol monitoring, mandatory treatment, AA meetings, and continuous supervision over the next 2 years. Despite the pressure, the defendant expresses a sincere desire to change, speaking about his young daughter as his biggest motivation and how he is trying to rebuild his life step by step. The courtroom atmosphere remains heavy as the judge balances accountability with a final chance at redemption. In the closing moments, it becomes clear that the defendant's future is now entirely in his own hands, and the path ahead will depend on discipline, consistency, and a commitment to staying sober no matter the challenges he faces outside the courtroom.